Hey, thanks for joining me. It's nice to spend time with you. So this is your reading for September, Scorpio. Let's start with what the month of September could hold for us all. It's the month of the equinox, which is on the 21st of September. It can create potency and energy, and it seems as though this September in particular is lining us up to do that. We have 6 planets in retrograde, so that's heading us into a fairly potent and powerful October as well. So September might be the month where we feel as if we are being pulled backwards to reverberate into a full-on month in October. So in many ways what we perceive or understand in September could be very, very powerful. So moving to some of the psychic messages I got for you, it says, ask your soul. There could be heart issues and it could be a very emotional month for you, especially given the planetary alignments. The number 3 might be relevant as well, which makes me think of the pyramid energy. And interestingly enough, the video I have playing in the background whilst doing your reading, giving you that subtle background energy, is called, and this was picked before I started your psychic intuitive work, it's called Healing Pyramids. Wipe out negative energy and manifest what you desire. And there are 2 pyramids going round and round with their apexes towards each other. In fact, I will show you this because I think for some reason it's relevant given I was given this energy of the 3 and then the shape of a pyramid as well. So that's the energy that's being infused into your reading. That might be relevant for some of you. You might find it very powerful or potent. It might be something that you choose to meditate with or to reflect upon as well. Coming back to the vista in front of us, which is the deck of cards we will use for you, that is the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. But the rest of your message was to be aware of the pyramid energy and the power and the strength it can give you. It also said to wear a cloak of protection and love. And you may feel awakening energies. There may be quick activations for you in September. I think Scorpio is in line for a very powerful September, given your astrological alignment and your emotional pull that it's going to have with the planets and the way they're aligning. So let's see what the cards are going to say for you. Let's start shuffling them. This is for Scorpio. That's a very quick run out. Let's try that one. Very nice card to begin with, 10 of Pentacles. This is for Scorpio for September 21. The Devil. He's always about emotions and getting to grips with them or thinking about them or, really aligning with what we're wanting to do at this point in time. So is Temperance, very much about emotions and balance. And then the Death card as well has come out. I did think it was going to be a powerful month for you, and the Death is actually reversed. I'm just shuffling these other few cards off vision. It's easier for me to do it that way. 3 big major arcana cards here. The Death reversed quite often means that in fact the change that's coming or the rebirth that's coming may not be as big as some of you could fear or that you are worried about. This is for Scorpio. What other cards are we coming in with? We won't be taking all of them. I will align these ones up for you. The 8 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, the 3 of Cups reversed, and the Chariot as well. So another major arcana here under the reversed Death, the Chariot. Let's have a look and see what story this is talking to us about. So your first card that came out, this 10 of Pentacles up here, is a very prominent card. It's the first one that came in. It's also very powerful. It's a great card to have in a reading. It offers positivity around finances, but even more so I think it offers some form of stability within the nurture and stronghold of family bonds or relationships. It may not be pure family, it might be people you assign to as family members, such as close friends or someone within a community. I'm just going to put that up a bit for you and turn it that way. This can often resemble family support or help. It can sometimes resemble the gift of something from someone. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be money. It can be something along the lines of support, emotional support. It can be like an inheritance coming in or a gratuity. It can be a sign of positivity within your finances. But as I say, I'm getting the feeling for a lot of you there's something about support from others, like a loving, nurturing, close community that you feel safe within. So there's this around you as well, and you may call on this in the month of September, or you may feel the arms of it reaching out to you to let you know that it's there in case you weren't aware of support that may be around you. Some of you may reconnect with family members. There may be a family gathering. It might be for something positive. It might be for a gathering where you haven't been together for a long time and you see outward distant members of a family, like a memorial service or something along those lines. It could be for something like a wedding or engagement as well, but there's definitely this nurture and propensity of prosperity within the card. It is the number 10. It means the endings of a cycle and moving into something new. And we see that, of course, with the death over here, which is very much about a new birth or a rebirth of something. If we come to the Devil card, this can sometimes represent a Capricorn energy, but I also think it may represent Scorpio energy as well. Now, often this can come about when we feel as though we are unbalanced a bit, or if something in our life is creating a feeling of imbalance or lack of balance. It might be that, I'm just looking at the notes I had taken for you guys, and we said that this was going to be an emotional month, and this is a card of emotions. It's about balancing out situations or emotions. This card can come up when we see relationships that you might be involved with that are not necessarily healthy, in a way that there may be a negative energy field around them. Sometimes this can be if we're in abusive situations or relationships where someone has a hold over us and it's pulling us down or pulling us back, or there is even a negative vibrational field around it which can be abusive, whether emotionally, physically, sexually. There can also be things tied into this card like addictions, whether they be addictions or obsessions. This can also be tied into this energy. But the Devil can also be representative of being aware of your true emotions and needs, and what are you hiding from. Because sometimes this is the card of hidden energies, the things that we don't want others to see. So we might be hiding a true feeling from someone else, or hiding from an aspect of ourselves that needs to be opened, that we need to look into, to bring into the light, or to bring into balance somehow. So when a card like this comes out, it's a really good time to look at what you would like to change in your life, whether it be a relationship or an aspect of yourself about a relationship, or a part of your behavioural belief systems, or a part of what you're doing to yourself or what you're not doing. It's a time to reflect and how to emerge from a period of when the Devil is around into a more open or more positive or a freer perspective of you. So in many ways it's a very powerful card. It's a card of freedom to me. Even though traditionally you see it as people being shackled, I believe that you look at it from the viewpoint of saying there's an opportunity here to free the shackles. The Temperance card is not dissimilar in as much that it is suggesting that we pay homage to balance, and balance at all levels. She has one foot in the water and one foot on the grass, meaning she is attempting to flow with her emotional perspective as well as her intelligent, as well as with the metaphysical and the physical and the spiritual and the emotional. So there's a whole lot of different aspects in the card, but she's deploying the water from the top cup into the bottom one, and there's actually nothing spilling from that. So she has a degree of balance in her act of what she is doing with herself. It's about taking the step. It's about listening to what you need to do. It's about attempting to do it. Sometimes this card really references detoxing as well, and so does the devil. It can sometimes suggest that there may be an overdose of something going on in your life, whether it's too much of a certain type of substance or an illegal substance or too much of a certain emotion. That's what we would call an obsessive energy. And this one is sort of saying it could be time to balance that out and detox anything, purge things away, especially physically if there's something you could give up. And those two so close together seem to be speaking that message quite strongly. So this could be a time of purging out, detoxifying either the body, mind or soul, aspects of those or relationships around you, or how you're thinking or what your mind is wanting or craving, or where you're headed in the future. As I've already mentioned with this death card up here, the reverse death tends to signal that yes, a rebirth is coming, and actually it's usually what our soul wants, even though we may find it a little bit daunting or a little bit frightening. But it may not be as big as you're anticipating, or you may already have a grip on it, like the grip on the Reaper's tool. It may be that it's already in action and that you are aware of it and you are working your way through with it, balancing it. But I think with those three in particular there in that row, charging each other up, there's a degree of timeliness, or it's going to happen soon, or there's potency in it, but you're bringing balance to it. Maybe you've come to understand how best to deal with it, or you're working your way through it. We come down here to this Eight of Cups, and this is definitely walking away from something and moving into a new direction, which is what this card is also saying. And technically this card over here followed this one, so it's just another message saying you're moving into something new. This can also be talking about lack of balance in a situation. If we look at these 8 cups, there are 5 on the bottom and 3 on the top, meaning something was symbolically not balanced particularly well. And again, it's technically connected with the devil. So it's talking about there's been imbalance in either an aspect of your life or a relationship in your life. And this, because cups often refer to relationships. It doesn't have to be your close personal one, but it may be partnerships, it may be family relationships, it could even be tied up to this card here. There may have been imbalance within family ties or relationships, and these may be being reviewed at this time. Or maybe you come back into context or contact with a person in a family situation, and this needs to be cleared or balanced, but some of you may be walking away and leaving it behind. Some of you may choose to leave family members behind and walk into something new, and this could all have to do with the eclipses that were in May and June, or the eclipses coming up in November and October. This one here, the Four of Swords, is very much about taking time out to rest a mind that might be overactive, has a lot on its plate, and there is a lot on its plate going on here. It's about meditation, it's about thinking the process through, it's about being overworked sometimes, being overstressed, needing a rest. It can also be about surgical things, minor surgery that may have already been booked, or things to do with the head, eye tests, teeth examinations. Headaches can sometimes come through with this one as well. It can be about going away for a retreat with someone, so a weekend retreat with someone very close and special, and it can be a time of reintegrating a bond of closeness. This one here, the reverse Three of Cups, there may be balance required within friendships as well, and that balance might be that you haven't seen your friends for a while, or you haven't been close with them or intimate or shared something that you wished you could. It may be because they have been unable to be contacted. There may have been a reason why there was a separation. It might also be a timing factor that this card is upside down. It may be referencing that you feel you have lost some friends, or you have lost contact with them, or that you haven't had anyone around, or some people that you wish you had had, because these can be very specific people in this card. It may be that you feel they haven't been close enough, or you haven't been close enough with them, or there may have been a separation somehow in this. It could be a time again to bring balance back into that, to reignite it or reinstigate it, or to find out what might have caused any imbalance or lack of connection with these people. We come to your last card here, and it's the Chariot. This is a really powerful card of inner personal strength. Unlike this one, which tends to feel as though we have a weakening going on, or we have been destabilized or de-strengthened, this one is regaining strength. Now, often it's coming, the strength is evolving, and it makes sense because it's been beneath this death or rebirth card. It's suggesting that we are regaining this strength, and again the moons are implicated. So this could have been a time frame from the last eclipses that you may have felt de-empowered or de-immobilized one way or another. It may have to do with yourself, obsessions such like, or it may have to do with other people, their obsessions or addictions as well. It might be that it's all tied in together. So the Chariot card talks about this regaining of strength, but it also talks very strongly about balance, black and white, night and day, yin and yang, male and female, balance, 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 balance. Do you see how much in here is referencing balance for you guys? So this is your major message for the month of September. How can you bring this into your life and regain personal strength and the ability to use charge and universal concepts, if you like, to move forward? So this card is very much about movement and moving. And I said there may be quick activations for you in September, and the quick activations may be you are ready to move, you are ready to make these changes, you are ready to bring the balance in. This card can hint at holidays, which also this one can. It can hint at road trips, travelling somewhere in a car. It can hint at vehicles, also vehicle issues. So watch your cars. You know, you might lock your keys in the car or lose your keys or have a flat battery. Not major things. You may buy a new vehicle. This is also about the possibility of a new home, shifting a home, redecorating, refurbishing, something along those lines. It can also be about career, moving and shifting and shaping things up in your career. But the Chariot is also deeper. It's a much more cosmic card about our own power coming back to us at the spiritual and also the physical level. This can be a rebirth after having been ill, whether it was a physical illness or an emotional illness or a mental illness. It can be the re-establishment and the regaining of strength in those areas as well. So powerful, powerful reading for you guys. Doesn't surprise me. I've felt this coming in the airways. So let's put these ones to the side and pull one last card for you from this deck, I think, which is the Keepers of the Light. These are great people to bring in for protection and for meditation and for cosmic energy for yourself for the month. So you have the Divine Director, and he is intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided, and happiness is your purpose. I also look at the beautiful purple hues in the background, and that radiates like this amethyst color. So amethyst might be a really useful crystal to call upon. Also the amethyst color, which is the mind and the third eye, which is associated with your intuitive powers, trusting your instinct, connecting with the spiritual aspects of life as well. And our Moira's third eye is also active with what looks like lapis lazuli, which is this one on his head. He is awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. And what did I say? I said you may wear a cloak of protection and love. So our Moira had come out earlier for you guys, which is why I wanted to call upon the Keepers of the Light for your particular message. So I'm going to find the journal for that and read the message specifically, because there must be something in here that's very important. Almoira is a spiritual name that was given to protect the identity of Ranbir Singh, a spiritually aware man born into a powerful family that ruled Kashmir, a region in the Indian subcontinent in the 19th century. It is said he interceded both spiritually and physically to stop the British invasion of the region in 1845. This wise soul is now able to help us remove any energy from our life that is not serving our connection. He is a wonderful guide to call on if we are unsure if something is real or not. He helps awaken our I am presence, which is our truest connection to our soul and to the universe itself. Spiritual protection is important at this time. Ensure that you are cleansing your energy before putting on protection. Almoira is here with a legion of angels to help you understand where you are at now. Fire up your divine connection and detach from dramas, people, places, and emotions that no longer serve you. Remember that within you there is a mighty soul light. Allow that light to shine through your entire being. Then call on Almoira and his angels to surround you in a light that will keep you safe on all levels. Also know that facing fears and seeing the truth will strengthen your connection to the universal life force. Big, powerful reading for you. So I hope that you are able to connect with that and get to the core essence of its message. It may take you a while to decide where this is enacting itself from in your life and how you want to move forward with it, but there is great protection there for you, and intervention and purpose. And also this one that's sitting here, the Chariot, remembering that you regain strength after perhaps not having had it for some reason or another, and it may have been for a period of time, it may have been only for a short time, but you are being gifted this insight, awareness, support, and awakening strength that is coming back to you. So there we are. Thank you very much for joining. Please sub the channel and leave your comments. It's always wonderful to hear them. So I wish you the very best of success in your new energy fields that are coming forth, and the new strengthening or the re-strengthening of your soul, I guess, as you move into the rest of 21. Much love. Namaste.